You just hope you put everything that you can into them to figure it out.
What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, when you guys left, how was that for you?
We, as a family, have grown such a strong connection. So even when my house was broken into and I had a lot of things.
What happened?
It was just a
You
lot
had
to
an
handle.
intruder come into
Were you
our
in there?
house.
No, I wasn't. Thank God.
Goodness. It was during Christmas.
Thank God. But, you know, I had just gotten that house, my first house. And, you know, that's a big stepping stone for anyone.
And you were invaded in the worst way.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Did you still feel the ramifications?
Oh,
of that?
100%. I had a whole moment. It was rough.
Yeah.
But, you know, after I peeled myself off of the floor, I took a deep breath. I said, you know what? I said a prayer. And I said, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to figure it out regardless.
You
But
had
it is
something to
hard.
tap into.
100%.
When my house was broken into, I was in it.
And that's a different story.
Right.
It's a different story, especially when you've been watching Last 48 Hours
Oh,
of Dateline,
no.
and I'm like,
God.
I'm in the
Or
closet
ID,
going,
yeah.
I was sitting in the closet going, this doesn't end well.
Yeah.
I'm in the closet, not gonna help, you know,
Yeah.
but it was the one night that Louis wasn't with me. It was the one night that our nanny goes, let me just take him to my apartment, which is up the street, because you're gonna be out late.
Yeah.
And I went, had he been home,
Yeah.
had he been home,
Yeah.
I would have run to the closet, what's now my official closet, but that was his bedroom, and it would have changed our destiny forever. So why was he not home on that one night?
Yeah.
And the violation of that.
Yeah.
I wasn't the same after that. I was unraveling. And
That's hardcore.
So I don't know
No, that
how-
is really hardcore.
But that's what I'm asking you, like how long, you know,
Did it take for
did
me
it
to
take for you to feel? Because that's unless you
Safe.
address it,
Yeah.
you're sitting with that.
I still get scared.
Of course you do.
I got my kitties,
She's
though.
never there alone, though. I make sure of that. She
I've not
has
been-
I have
24
security.
hours,
I have
7 days.
security now.
Security,
I have
yeah.
security now.
But you were still traumatized.
100%, but I had to keep telling myself, I'm good. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
you have PTSD. You were violated.
I wasn't
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
which makes it
But
10
still,
million times
no,
better.
but no, it doesn't make it better. It's just different.
But the thought.
the violation is the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Violation
But the
is the
thought.
same.
It is.
It is. You know, and look, I haven't been alone since the day it happened, but
Did they catch the guy?
oh yeah. And this is what's sad is that the system failed him.
Oh.
Yeah.
There was a altercation with SWAT, and he killed himself.
Wow. How has that journey of healing been? Like that's
hardcore.
deep. That's
It was-
hardcore.
There are some layers. I didn't realize what PTSD was
Right.
until I was,
Yeah.
and this is the oddest thing, I would look left out of a car, not right, I would look left, and I would start sobbing. And I thought to myself, I'm a single parent, and this child is going to absorb nothing but fear and trauma and shame from me in the most pivotal times of his life. And I was like, I don't want to drop that load of baggage onto my beautiful child. So I discovered something called EMDR,
Yeah.
which
Amazing.
was the most healing. I was so scared to do it.
Okay, now what is that?
They use it for trauma and PTSD.
Is there tapping involved?
It can be tapping, it can be, I had the paddles.
Yeah, okay.
And it is literally the therapist going, start where you first find yourself in the house. And I was like, well, I was in the closet and I heard him banging on the door. And then he says, okay, hold that feeling. And then he started vibrating the paddles, and the paddles were inconsistent. So in your mind's eye, where your eyes are closed, I was going back and forth mentally to wherever the paddle was vibrating.
Right.
So what that is doing, it's rewiring your synapses. I think I'm saying this right. And so by the time he took me through, it was about 2 hours worth, I realized I'd gone on this entire journey, and it was inside my house, but all of a sudden it went to unsafe relationships, unsafe childhood moments, unsafe thing. And when I got out of it, I realized I have surrounded myself often with unsafe people and situations and put myself there. I have no one else to blame but myself, because that was the most familiar feeling I had.
There
And
you
I
go,
went,
Sandy.
oh
That's
my gosh.
real talk.
I understand that one.
And to
Too
unravel
much. Yeah,
that one.
Woo! That's a big one.
I was in New Orleans with my friend Day Day, and he was sitting there. He goes, why are you making that noise? Stop. And I go, I'm not making, I was literally looking through an architectural digest. I love design. He goes, but every time you flip a page, you're going, and I went, I am? He goes, every time you flipped a page. And I went, I have anxiety that I'm sitting in the place that I want to be in, doing exactly what I wanted to be doing, and I had extreme anxiety. I went, that stuff needs to stop.
Yeah.
So in that EMDR journey, I had to take ownership of everything that I brought into my world because it felt comfortable, and realize it no longer had a place.
Yeah.
So, you know, I also, vanity got me out of it. I was looking at my body and I said, it's going to break. It was not responding well to what was happening. The timeline is crazy. Louis had had a grand mal seizure. He had a really high fever. I thought he had died. 2 days later, I pulled my hair tight, went to the Academy Awards, pulled it too tight. Day later, I was bitten by a poisonous spider. My hair starts falling out. I have alopecia spots everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? And I've always had hair, and I'm by the tub laying out hair going, 1, 2. The break-in happens, and I literally had to take inventory going, if I don't pull it together, I'm gonna die.
The stress.
Yeah.
Something is gonna happen to my body that I can't control, and I can control almost everything. I know.
God willing.
So the EMDR, I sought counsel, and I will seek it again, and I learned to ask for help. I'm not good at asking for help. It's not how I was raised.
I'm with you on that.
I had to ask for help.
Yeah.
I'm still not great at it,
I'm
but
horrible
I'm
at
getting better.
Yeah.
And it was my children who showed me that unless I pull it together right now, I'm not going to be around to have the moments that I want to have. But if someone said to me, they go, it had to be loud for you, didn't it? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And they said, it had to be loud for you because you're kind of hard-headed and you're stubborn. It had to be loud for you to stop, point the finger at yourself, and make the change. And I went,